So, post-mortem time for this deck. So these are my impressions for the deck here. So overall, I think the deck did pretty okay. I mean, from the 3 games I recorded, we won, and then 2 of them we actually played quite poorly, but otherwise it would have gone pretty decent for us. Um, the biggest concerns I've had is that a lot of the time we didn't really have. I feel like we either didn't draw or didn't have at the time enough graveyard filling stuff to make our Mimoplasm decent. That and also some protection in the early game. The protection part is kind of difficult because I mean what you really want there are more wrath effects. But yeah, those are expensive. So let's first maybe take a look at what I would change for the deck, or stuff that I would like to try out. Maybe I think what I want to do is add some more graveyards filling cards, and more maybe like some more flashback cards that it's nice if you mill them, and more ways of milling cards, creatures, and flashback cards, and those kind of things. So having said that, this is what I came up with right now. These are some cards that I would like to probably try adding to the deck. So these are basically all graveyard filling cards. Increasing confusion. I mean, it's okay. It looks pretty decent. Like it's a fireball for your deck. If you do it on yourself, that's pretty good. And if you mill it, you can always flash it back. So that's pretty cool. It has flashback and it mills stuff. So I guess that's pretty good. Same thing with Chill of Foreboding. I think 5 cards for each player. That's pretty decent, and you can even flash it back afterwards. So I think these cards are worth a shot. And then Ambassador Laquatus. This is something that could be tried as well. It's a really cheap card. It's kind of underrated. Underrated. It's not really good, especially in Commander, because unless you're playing this kind of deck. But it's fairly decent. 3 mana, mill you for 3, kind of like a Nephalia Drownyard effect. But yeah, you can do it a bunch of times. So maybe worth a shot. And then this one. Memory Jar is a bit more expensive. I actually have the price of these cards here. That's 163 tickets. So if we were to add these cards, this is kind of what it would cost. So if you want to go for like a less expensive budget, then probably you want to leave Memory Card out. But okay, in general, I try not to put cards, or I tried for this deck tech not to put cards over 1 ticket, because I want to put as many cards as I can and keep the price down. But this is such a powerful card that I think it's worth it, because not only is the effect really good, like in a normal deck, you actually draw 7 cards and then you basically have a new hand that you can play with. But actually, what's really cool about this card is that everyone else does the same. Assuming they are tapped out, they can't really do much with it. But what's cool is that then they discard this new hand they drew, and then you basically have, say, like 5, 6, 7 cards in each people's graveyards. So you get a bunch of card advantage and you fill up a bunch of graveyards. So I think this is a pretty good card in this deck. This should be a pretty good fit. And then obviously when adding so much milling and stuff, like I think you'll generally want to be milling yourself in this deck, mainly because of what's it called? Living Death, which gave us a game, as you saw in the second game. That's a really powerful card, and you really want to be milling yourself and giving yourself more creatures and not your opponents. So having said that, some more graveyard recursion stuff. This is the cheapest one, and it's pretty good. I mean, you basically return in this deck up to 3 cards, so it's actually better than what's it called? Restock from Invasion, I guess. Restock is another card, and what's it called? The first one? Regrowth. Regrowth and Restock are the original, regrowth effects. But those are a bit expensive. They're both over 2 tickets, so I didn't really add them here. Also Eternal Witness that we already have. But yeah, so this is what I would like to be adding. And these are the cards that I'm taking out. So the first cut was Phantom Centaur, just because it's cool, protection from black and a bit of counters on this guy. But the fact is that, if you remove it just to pump, he gives only +2/+2, and then even the abilities aren't the most relevant. So I'm trying to take out cards that aren't synergistic with the deck. That is why Evil Twin is coming out as well. It's a fine card, but same kind of problem. It doesn't pump if you exile it, and the effect is okay, but not amazing. Then Wonder. I mean, this is pretty cool. Giving all your guys flying is fairly decent, but you're gonna have a gigantic guy, and even though evasion is good, and especially in all your creatures, I don't really feel like this is worth a card. You're gonna have like one gigantic creature that maybe will have evasion already because of what you removed. Maybe it'll just have some ability, so you're not really going to be attacking that much with it. I just think it doesn't do so much. The next Extractor Demon. This card does mill. It's good, it mills, but for that you have to, Unearth doesn't really do much here. It's nice that you can mill it and unearth something, and then you mill a couple of cards, but if you have to cast it for 6, that's just not enough. I don't feel like this card does enough. Same with Siphon Mind. I would say these are the two most difficult cuts. Siphon Mind, you draw 3 cards, assuming there's a full game going on, and each one discards one, but I just honestly don't think that's enough. So this is basically the final deck that I would suggest is just something like that. And then maybe let's just to let you guys know, because this is the really cheap version that I made, but maybe you guys already have some of the more expensive cards from your other decks or something. So maybe I'll just go through the cards that you can add. I actually have a list here. So that's the Cool If You Have It list. You have Primeval Titan, obviously an amazing card if you have it. It's Ramp, which is really good, and he's just amazing, has to go everywhere. Survival of the Fittest, also good, looking up creatures. Consecrated Things, draws you 1,000,000 cards. The Chaos, as we said time and time again, is just amazing. Demonic Tutor, is the best tutor available, and we are in the color, so we can play it. Pernicious Deed, Mass Removal. So these are kind of staple cards that if you have it, you should probably be playing them in kind of all of the decks in these colors. And then some cards that are really really sweet, especially in this deck as well, but they're kind of expensive. Lord of Extinction, that's the 5-mana guy, 3 colorless, 1 green, 1 black, that has power and toughness equal to the number of cards in all graveyards. So he is ginormous, basically. And if you exile him to put a bunch of +1/+1 counters on him, you'll have just a gigantic Mimoplasm, and that's pretty cool. Then Geth, Lord of the Vault. This guy is amazing in this deck because he reanimates stuff that you have milled. He mills people more. This guy is just amazing. I mean, if you have it, you definitely have to play it in this deck. I didn't put it here again because he's expensive, but if you have it, you should really, really play him. Then Massacre Worm, the same thing. We were complaining that this deck has a problem with creatures because you don't play so many Wraths and you're kind of vulnerable at the start. Massacre Worm just massacres all the creatures that are in play, and then you can copy it with a Mimoplasm and do it again, so he's just the full package there. As we were saying, Regrowth and Restock, if you have them, that's cool, because you can get some of the stuff you milled back. And then obviously all the fancy duels that you have, or like better lands than these that are a bit more expensive, if you have them you can add them, because that's always good. Makes the mana base more consistent. And then, as I was saying, more Wraths. Basically here is Damnation, and the best would be Decree of Pain. Always an amazing card if you have it. So those are, just so you know, some of the really good cards that should be in the deck if you have them, but I am not adding them here because this is a budget version. And then here are I have a couple of extra routes that you can go to, that you can go for, let's say, in this deck, which I didn't choose to do here. One of them is poison. So some of the creatures you can have are Putrefacts and what the hell, Skitherithivivix, the Blight Dragon, the 5-mana dragon infect guy that gains haste. There you basically have like a free win out of those guys, right? You copy one of those. Putrefacts has haste already, and the other one you can give haste if you have one extra black. So you kind of can kill people out of nowhere with that just poison. I didn't choose to do that because that's just cheap. I hate poison in Commander. It just seems like a really cheap thing to do, and that's why I don't really like them. Same thing with Lord of Extinction and Nether Trader. If you copy Nether Trader, which is a shadow 1/1 haste guy, it's 2 black, 1/1 shadow haste, and I think he comes back from your graveyard or something. But basically that, evasion and haste, and then Lord of Extinction is ginormous, so you can one-shot people. So again, all of these one-shot things I don't like. You also have infinite combos with Palinchron, as always, just copying stuff and making infinite mana. But as I said, I'm not really into infinite combos. I don't like them, so I don't play them here. Same with cheap kind of cards thing. Jingataxis, I don't think he's a fun card, so I don't play him. He is amazing. If you have it, the guy is obviously ridiculous. He draws you a bunch of cards, makes everyone discard their own hands, which is obviously sick in this kind of deck, because not only did you leave them without hands, you have a bunch of Mycoplasm targets. But yeah, you know, he's really cheap. I don't like this card. And then I basically removed all of the Grave Pact effects in this deck, but you could go for something like that. You could go for Grave Pact and Butcher, and then a couple of sacrifice outlets, like, I don't know, Phyrexian Tower and those kind of things. That's definitely a direction you can go in. Again, yeah, I didn't choose to do that here. So yeah, that's basically what we have for this deck. And as I said in the previous video, just let me know if you like something like this, which other commander you'd like to see, as always, if you'd like to see some more of this budget decks or not. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.